Hey everyone, welcome to episode 18 of the Knit and Crochet Spot. My name's Melissa and I'm podcasting to you from the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. Today is Monday, December the 14th, and it is roughly 5:30 in the afternoon. I hope you all are doing well and surviving the holiday season. It's very hectic out around where I live. I don't live too far from major stores and stuff, and the traffic is unreal. So we just hang in there. It's a couple more weeks and then it should all calm down, hopefully. It has been a week since my last podcast, which is really great. I'm really proud of myself. I want to try to do this once a week instead of once every 2 weeks, just because I feel that's maybe why my videos go so long, and we'll see if this, helps make them a little bit shorter. I also have to stop babbling. We'll see. So today I have finished objects. I have 3, and I have some works in progress and some acquisitions. So we'll just get right into it. So I have 2, for finished objects, I have 2 crocheted hats. And then I guess you would call this a hanging hand towel. Okay, so here we go. So my first finished object is this crocheted hat, and it's Christmassy, obviously. And this hat is just it's just a very, very basic hat. There's no pattern. I just did, let's see, this is half double crochet ribbing, and I did it until it would fit around my head. And then I took the yarn, the newer yarn, or the second yarn, and I just single crocheted all the way around. I think it's 76 stitches I did. And then the rest of it is half double crochets in the back loop. And then I did like 3 decrease rounds at the top. It's just very basic. There's no pattern. It just, kind of, when you crochet hats, just bits and bobs you get from, the construction of a hat. And so here it is. And then, this mannequin head. And then I opted to put a pom-pom on it instead of a, one of these, what was the one of these, what do they call them? These faux fur pom-poms, because I didn't really, well, it doesn't look too bad, but in person this has got a little, it's not as white as this, so I opted to do a pom-pom. It's been so long since I did this kind of a pom-pom. I had to it's a YouTube video. I had to get a tutorial to do it, so I really like it a lot, very much. And so the yarn I used is Hobby Lobby yarn. I can't remember. This is just white, and it's got, I don't know if it's all sparkly. So this is just white sparkles. I don't have the ball band for it. I lost it. And then this is this yarn. And it's Christmas. That's the name of the yarn. And it's all worsted weight yarns. And 100% acrylic, although this does have, this actually, it's 97 acrylic, 3% metallic polyester. And there's roughly 252 yards. The white probably has a bit more, because you know how they do that. The solids always have a little bit more than this. So yeah, just to get like in the holiday spirit, I really like it. I like how it came out. It's very super fast hat. So there it is. All right, so my second, and I used, for a hook, I used, let me make sure, for the main part of the hat, I used a 5mm. Yeah. And then for the ribbing, I used a 5.5mm. So there's that hat. And then the second hat I made, this was a work works in progress I had from last week that I finished. I haven't, wait a minute, let's see here for a second. I haven't decided if I'm going to put a pom-pom on this. My daughter wants this hat. And so it depends on, you know, if she wants a pom-pom or not. Okay, so here it is finished. It's not been, I haven't washed it or anything, so. But here's this hat. And this hat is the same ribbing, half double crochet ribbing. And then this is just half double crochets. And not in the back loop, just regular. And I did the same thing. I go to about 8 inches, and then I just do some decrease rounds. Like I know. In this one, I actually did 3 decrease rounds. And in this one, I just did 2. And so here's that. And I haven't decided on a pom-pom yet. I think it would look good. I think so. And the yarn that I used for that, for this part, is a Knit Picks Brava worsted. I don't know the colorway because I don't have the ball band, but it's worsted weight and 100% acrylic. And then for the main part of the main part of the hat, I used, I have this much left. I used Mandala Ombre, and this is 100% acrylic, worsted weight, 150 grams, 344 yards. And I have made 2 hats. Well, this is an adult size hat, and then I made a toddler hat, and I still have this much. So I could probably get a headband out of it. I think I would, for just to be safe, I would probably knit it. But that's a lot of yarn in that cake. And I used the same, well, last week I had started out with a 5.5 and then 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, and then I just kept going on with the 5.5. And I don't know, I ended up pulling it out and switching to the 5 millimeter. Just because, so that it would, I just felt like it was just, you know, flaring out too much. So that's that hat. It looks better. I think it looks better when it's not on the mannequin, because it doesn't, I always complain about it, but that mannequin head is too small. So there's that hat. It's nice. I like this particular, or what is the colorway name of this, is Harmony. I love this Mandala Ombre. It's very, very soft. And I like this one in particular because of how, you know, it changes colors very, you know, very nicely. There's no abrupt color changes. I was in Walmart the other day, and they had some other of the ombres, but I just wasn't really sure what they had. What they had available. I don't know about, you know, if at another store. It just, what they had available looked like the color changes would just be too abrupt. And that's just one thing I don't like too much about cakes. But if I can find another Mandala Ombre that transitions like this, I'll get it. Because I love it. Okay, so that is the hats that I completed. And then I finished this year, or this Christmas season, but I had started it last Christmas season, and I pulled it out, and I said I had just a little bit left to do. And it's a knitted towel thingamadoogie. They call it a hanging hand towel. And I had very little left to do. See how it, it's interesting how it pulled, because it's the same stitch. How it did that, I'll be honest with you, all I had left to do was like this, the top, like from here to the top, and that's all I had left to do. So I can't even remember how, to be honest, I can't even remember how much about this pattern. So that's it. And I put this button on it. And yeah, it's ready. I'll be able to use it for Christmas, or I might give it away as a gift. And this is the, like I said, it's a Christmas lace kitchen hanging hand towel. That's the pattern. It's not a very good picture. No. This pattern, I can't remember if it's a paid for pattern or if it's free on Ravelry, but I'm pretty sure it comes, because I've made this a few times in different colors. Yes, it comes with the hanging, oh, this is just a bad picture. The hanging towel, and then there's a washcloth, and then whatever that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Yeah, there's a dishcloth. No clue. Anyway, I will link everything down below that I'm able to link down below. So, and the yarn that I used, and I don't know, I've already put it away. Anyway, I used a Knit Picks yarn. I can't remember how much I had left because I already put it away. Oh, maybe it's up there. No. So it's a Knit Picks yarn, and I found, let's see, so this is the yarn it is. Okay, it's a Knit Picks yarn Dishy. They don't sell this anymore, which is really sad because isn't it beautiful? And I was looking through my stash, and I found two. I have two of these. It's beautiful. So this is Knit Picks Dishy. It's 100% cotton, 190 yards, 100 grams, worsted weight. And the name of this, I think it's Jingle Multi. And the needles I used were a 4.5 millimeter needles. And I don't know, I think I used my Chow Goose. So that's my last finished object. Okay. And really, it was mostly done last year. And then, I don't know, I didn't finish it, but it's finished now and I'll be able to use it. If you could see this room right now. So this is, obviously, this is my craft room, but it's also kind of, it can be a catch-all room. So now during the holidays, there's so much stuff in here. Christmas presents on the floor. I don't know if you can see. I don't know. There's just so much stuff. I'll go like this. Look at it all. Look at, it's just a disaster. There's just Christmas presents, and then there's furniture, or not furniture, but things coming out of the living room so that we can decorate that comes in here. Oh, and then I've got all this yarn related stuff here. I almost feel claustrophobic. It's just a lot going on. All right, so now we can move on to my works in progress. A couple people have come home. I hear them out there. Well, let me get a sip. I'm drinking my iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. I have cream, Splenda, and toasted almond shot. That's how I drink mine. It's my favorite drink. Okay. Okay, so works in progress. So one thing, I don't know if anybody remembers from the last podcast, but I was knitting socks with this yarn on these needles, on these Addy Flexi Flips. Yes, and if you'll notice, they are not on the needles anymore, and it's not because I finished them, it's because I frogged them. These are driving me insane. I'm going to give them another shot because now I think I have more of the hang of it, but it was just, I don't know, I just think I just need a fresh start trying these. It's learning a new method, so I'll give it another shot. But even though I nearly had, well, so I had, look, I frogged it. I had, nearly, I was about 10 rows from starting my toe decreases, and then I had the heel. So I had, you know, more than 3/4 of the sock done. But I kept dropping stitches. I kept dropping the needle because you have a third needle that, you know, when you do magic loop on socks, you can just drop your needle, and because it's attached, that's how you do it. Well, you drop that and it falls on the floor. So I just frogged them so no, I won't have these Christmas socks this year. That's okay. That's all right. So I went back to socks that I had started before I started those socks. And let me grab something really quickly. So I had, gosh, I don't know, I started this sock in November. And so I have one sock done. I'm going to put it on a sock blocker so you can see it. And so I just started knitting the second sock. I'm going to tuck in all my ends. Because I have not weaved them in yet. So, I have shown these before, but, so these are the socks I was working on. And I've got one of them done. And I just started on, I hadn't done anything on the second sock. And I have this much done on the second sock. And I'm back to magic loop. So I have the cuff done, the ankle, because I just do shorty socks. I put in my waist yarn for the heel. And I'm much happier now. So there they are. And these are 2.25s, my high sharps. And the yarn that I'm using is Knit Picks. These are the two yarns. And they're both Knit Picks. They are, let's see, get the full name. Knit Picks Stroll Tweed Fingering Weight. This one here is Oyster Heather. And this one here is Persimmon Heather. They're 231 yards, 50 grams, 65% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and 10% Donegal tweed. And these are in one of my Tea Doddles bags. Beautiful bags. So that's works in progress number 1. All right, let me get comfortable. All right, and then my husband wanted a pair of socks just for around the house. you know, because yeah, he wouldn't really wear them, and it, you know, he wouldn't wear them in his shoes to work because he works a machine shop. His feet would probably sweat to death. So I'm making him a pair of socks just for the house, and I've got it in this bag. I don't want to say the name wrong. This is by Cedar Hill Farm Company. And here's his socks so far. These I'm doing a little different because he's got bigger feet than I do. I'm using my ChowGoo's Magic Loop. And these, instead of a 2.25 or 2.5, that's what I'm using. Because the yarn I'm using, this yarn is the Payton's Croy sock. And it is it's a lot thicker than, you know, other fingering weights. And so I find, like, when I knit with this yarn, with a 2.25, it's too, I don't like how it looks. I don't like knitting it. It feels like the yarn is too, the needles are too big for the yarn. So I'm using this. And I cast on, my socks, I cast on 64 stitches. This I cast on 72. And I'll be honest, I think the ribbing is fine, but I think I'm going to pull it back and go to 68 stitches because I tried them on, or had him try them on, and it just seemed, because, you know, with socks, you want negative V's, you know, it just didn't seem, it just felt like in the end it would just end up being loose. So that's probably what I'll do. And so these are just vanilla socks, 15 rows of 2x2 ribbing. And then he doesn't want shorty socks. He's going to want, you know, crew socks. Is that what they are? Where they kind of go up mid-calf. So, but that's works in progress number 2. And I will probably I won't frog the whole sock. I'll leave this because that's fine. But I'll frog this and then decrease 4 stitches. Yep, that's 4 stitches, and then carry on and try and maybe knit about this much, and then have him try it on again and see how it's going. So that's works in progress number 2. All right, works in progress number 3. Okay, I'll show this one first. What did I just drop? This is in this bag is Frog Peak Creations. And this is the placemat. I've shown this a couple times. I'm still working on it. The Cozy Christmas Cottage placemat. And that's what it's gonna look like. And I will show you the progress I've made since last time. So here it is. And it's kind of, you know, it's curling up the bottom. It's hard to see, really. It can't stay down just for a minute. So where that progress keeper is, that's where I was. And see the pretty Christmas tree? So that's where I was, and so I've done that much. Not a ton, but it's getting there. It's got to be at least halfway done now. So here it is. And this is 100%, no it isn't. That's not true. This is the cotton. It's cotton yarn that I'm using. It's like 80 something percent cotton. Whoa, I don't know where the rest of it is. but it's like 80%, here it is, 87% cotton, 13% nylon. It's loops and threads, the cream cotton, and the colorway is country blue. 432 yards, 200 grams, and it's a worsted weight yarn. So I'm pretty sure I will have leftovers of this yarn when I'm done. And then the needles I'm using are my ChowGoo's 4mm. So, and this cotton, I've said it before, is nice to knit with. I like knitting with this cotton, and I don't like a lot to knit with a lot of cottons. I love how cotton looks, and that's why I knit and crochet with it, because I really do like how it looks. But, you know, because it doesn't really have much give. It's not always the funnest thing to knit or crochet with. I think knitting for me is even worse than crochet, but I do like how it looks. Like I haven't made one in a long time, but I really like, you know, amigurumis made with cotton. I think they come out real nice. So that is my, see, I'm not going to really, I'm still going to have, it's still going to be a long, this really isn't a shorter podcast because I still have acquisitions to show. Oh, well. So I have one more works in progress that I've worked on. Haven't worked on this in a while, but I got it out this week and I did a little bit of work on it. And that is a sweater I'm making. And it is, let me just, whoa. I have, okay. I don't want to pull it all apart. I have too much in this bag. Okay. So I am making this sweater. It is a basic Raglan sweater by Joji Locatelli. It's a pay-for pattern that I got on Ravelry. And this is a picture of the whole sweater. And so that's what I'm making. And, oh, this was in my bag I got from Ella at No Catchy Name. As I'm really big Snoopy fan. All right, and so here is, so it's not really looking like a sweater yet, because I haven't got for the sleeve, I haven't, you know, separated for the sleeves yet. So here it is so far. So the last time I showed you this, I had gotten that far. And so I've done all that. So that's fair, you know, that's not a bad amount. So this is it. And it has, you know, the back is a little bit longer, because it has some short rows. And this yarn is so soft, incredibly soft. So that's the sweater so far. And the yarn I'm using is this yarn, Knit Picks City Tweed, DK weight. It's plum wine, 123 yards, 50 grams. And the needles I'm using are my Hayas, and I'm using the needles, the 4mm. And this is, I'm really enjoying working on this. This is nice to work on. Really nice to work on. So, I don't know how much left I have before I split for the sleeves. But I'm in no rush to get it done. I'm really enjoying it. This is really nice yarn. Did I even say it's 55% merino wool, 25% superfine alpaca, 20% Donegal tweed. And it's a DK weight. It's funny because I don't get it. It says there it's a number 4, but there it says DK weight. Well, I definitely don't think it's definitely not a number 4. Ain't no way. No. It's beautiful color. So that's it. That's my works in progress and my finished objects. So now I'm going to show you my acquisitions. So I'm going to start out with the smallest. I got some more stitch markers from, well, Progress Keepers, from Simply Serving. She's Lindsay Goodall. She's on Etsy. I'll link her shop down below. She makes the most fantastic polymer clay stitch markers ever. So here I got 2. She had one of her Christmas updates. I got some. And so the first one I got is this moose. Let's see so that you can see it. The moose. Can you see? I hope you can see that. He's really cute. And then the second one I got is this snowman with the Santa's hat. Oh my gosh. Look at how cute that is. I hope you can see that. I don't really know how to work my phone to make it do all the things it probably can do. Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. All right, so that's the first. And then I bought some yarn from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to show you. So the first 2 I got, I have never, well, that's not true. It's been a very long time since I've had this yarn, but I couldn't resist because look at it, it's huge. Look at all that yarn. This is Crafter's Secret Big Idea yarn. And it's another one of, you know, Hobby Lobby, they have the I Love This Yarn and the Yarn Bee, but this is another one of their yarns. And it's pretty soft, I have to say. I think the last time I had this Crafter's Secret yarn, I had them in a smaller skein, and it wasn't this soft. But this really feels pretty soft. So I get this one. And the color name is Coral, and it is 100% acrylic. There is 810 yards, 454 grams, and it's a number 4 worsted weight. It's coral. I don't know if it looks, to me it looks like, now it does, it looks like it's very orange, but it's a coral color. And then to go with that, I got this same thing. This is just the colorway Off-White. And sometime in the next year, I don't like making blankets, but my 2-year-old granddaughter last time I made her blanket was when she was born. I made her like 3 blankets, so she's needs a bigger blanket because she's getting to be a big girl now. So I'm going to make her a blanket out of these 2, and I think I'll probably do a ripple stitch and alternate colors, so that I don't know when. No, I will do it I will do it in the new year. I won't start it now, but I will do it in the new year. I will start early in the new year, and I will do it because she needs one. She needs a blanket from her Grammy. Okay, and then some other Hobby Lobby. I got a lot, like, look. All right, one of the yarns, the socks that I showed you. Hang on. Let me get this kind of to make sense. So, how many of these did I think, yeah. So, the socks that I'm going to make my husband, that was another purchase. I've got 4 skeins of this. That should be plenty. I hope so. It's got big old feet. What is the colorway? Flax. And it says it's a number 1, which it is. It's almost like a sport weight though. Anybody that's knows this yarn, you know what I mean. It's not really. It's thick. It's very thick fingering weight. And it's not as soft as you know, it's nowhere near as soft as a Knit Pick sock yarn, but it's, you know, it's a tough yarn, and it's really good for socks because they'll last a long time. So 75% wool, 25% nylon, 166 yards, 50 grams. And I got 4 of these. And then I got 6 of these. Look at that. This is Yarn Bee Romantique in the colorway Vanilla Frosting. And I want to make a big cowl with this. I mean, that doesn't mean that's what I'll do with it, but when I saw it, that's what I envisioned. And it's 80% acrylic, 20% polyamide. It's a number 5 bulky, 100 grams, 83 meters. Look at that. I like that. I like that a lot. And so, yeah, I got 6 of these because, you know, it only has like 83 yards. So that's the next one I got. And then I got, well, okay, so these 2 are going to be hats for my husband. I got this Yarn Bee. I just got 1 skein of this because I'm going to make him a hat. Yarn Bee Stripe Hype. The colorway for this is Spa Gray. It is a number 4. Worsted weight, 80% acrylic, 20% wool, 100 grams, 265 yards. So I got 1 skein of that, and I have used this yarn before in other colors, and it knits up really nice. So I'm gonna knit him some hats. And then this is a new yarn to me from Hobby Lobby, and I just got 1 skein of this. It's soft. It's Yarn Bee Yarn ID Indigo. The colorway is Indigo. And it is a number 4 worsted weight, 142 grams, 252 yards, 80% acrylic, 20% polyamide. Polyamide, yeah. And that's going to be a hat too. I'll probably get, if I knit a hat, I can get definitely at least, I can probably knit a hat and crochet a hat and have a little bit left over. So that's my intentions for those. And then, let's see, I got, how many of these did I get? I got 4 of these. And everything at Hobby Lobby, when I bought this, was 30% off. It was their 30% off week. But I got this. I've never had this, and a lot of people say it reminds them of Scarfie, which I have some Scarfie, and I've never used it, so I don't know. Is it Lion Brand to Scarfie? I don't even know. So this is Fireplace Comfort, and it is, the color is Wading Weather. It is a number 4. Let's see, I think the Scarfie is a number 5. Is that the yarn that everybody says? I don't know. 70% acrylic, 30% wool, 150 grams, 229 meters. And I loved the color. And I got 4 of these. I always try, I want to buy enough to make, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I want to buy enough so I can have enough for, I don't have to, if I decided to do matching set or a big project, I have enough yarn. So there's that. And I think the last two yarns, let me make sure. Yeah. So I thought this is interesting. I got two of these. Yarn Bee Color Idol Lapis Stone is the colorway. And this is a fingering weight. It's 50% merino wool, 30% nylon, and 20% acrylic. It's 100 grams, 415 yards. And I got, yes, I got two of these. And I don't know, I think you can, because of the nylon that's in it. Sorry about that, my phone rang. Yeah, one of my kids calling, and it just cut me off. So what I was talking about was this yarn. And I think I want to try to make socks with these, because it's got the nylon in it. I think it would make some cute socks. So that's what I'm going to do with that. And then my last yarn that I got was the same as this, just in this colorway. Look at that. It's a bright yarn, but it's coming out a little bit darker, is what I can see on my screen. This is Yarn Bee Color Idol Power Surge. And it's the same as this one, and I just thought, I got two of these as well, and I just thought I could make socks with these. And so that's what I want to do. So that is all of my yarn purchases and all the things I've been knitting and crocheting this week. And that's it. Yep. So I hope you all are having a wonderful, I hope you all had a wonderful day and your weekend was great. And if you celebrate any of the holidays, I hope that you're handling that well. And I hope everybody is, feeling good. I appreciate you watching and going this long with me. And I will say this because I kind of have to, I guess. Maybe I don't. But if you do like this, I'd really appreciate you subscribing to my channel and giving this video a thumbs up and commenting. I want to thank Jane from Scraptastic Yarns. She shared my last video on her Facebook, and I got some more subscribers from her. That's the second time she has done that, or the first time she shouted me out in one of her YouTube videos, and I really appreciate that. I will link her channel down below. I'm going to just keep saying I think, but at any rate, so hopefully I'll get one more video in before Christmas. If I don't, because you never know, it gets real busy this time of year. If I don't, I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, and I would also like to wish everyone who celebrates a very happy Hanukkah. Right now it's Hanukkah. And yeah, that's about it. And I will see you all next time. Bye.